Okay, sir.
So, good afternoon to everyone. And today we would like to discuss something about message authentication codes. Already you have listened, you have heard these words here. MAC, message authentication codes. These codes are playing a vital role in the field of computer science, not exactly computer science, in information security. So these are playing a vital role. Okay, nowadays everyone while pairing any kind of device while communication will be happen through two devices or whatever it may be, whatever the communication it could be, it must be happen through only MAC address. MAC address will be 18 to 2 16 digits, and 7 colons will be there in MAC address. Okay, so that MAC address is being generated by message authentication codes. Okay, so that message authentication codes has been followed and generated by using cryptographic function only. So today I'd like to give you the preliminaries of this message authentication codes. What are the requirements and what are the functions of message authentication codes will be taken for today, and tomorrow how they could be developed. So we will see by tomorrow. So points to be remembered for message authentication codes will be, so it could be always, already I told you before starting of this particular unit, already I told you message will be available for anybody. Plain text could also be available for anybody. And the recipient will be always checks that whether received message will be genuine or not. That is the only point we would like to consider here. We are not, of course, message authentication code will be do some kind of encryption and decryption. But previously, what we have discussed up to SHA, everything will be so based on only data will be received, data will be received, plain text will be genuine or not will be checked by using our digital signatures or message digest MD. Okay, so that could be done. Now today message authentication, it's also used to check the integrity of the message. Integrity does means it is always trying to check about whether received data will be so correct or not. Integrity will always specifies whether received data will be so genuine or not. It has been received from the genuine party, and the received data will be genuine or not. It has been checked, something like that. Okay, and then here message authentication, it is also be MD also be ensures that whether the data has not been so modified or inserted new message or deleted available message or replay in the sense the same data will be recopied with another. So something like that will be it is always assures for these operations. These operations could not be took place over there. So you are very much free to have this particular message authentication codes while discussing about this one here. And then message authentication codes also be identifies whether the received message will be received from so trusted principal. So purported in the sense the person who is very much trusted. So trusted for you, whether that particular data has been sent by that particular person or not. It is also known by that particular thing also. This is also one of the key points which we have to remember. And this message authentication will be, MAC is always message authentication codes will be used. So encryption and decryption algorithms, which are encryption algorithms and the decryption algorithms can be used. And these encryption and decryption algorithms can be used secret keys. Secret keys can be used here. Let me say it could be symmetric algorithms can be taken into consideration while implementation of this message authentication codes here. And MAC also be taken variable length of information as input. Input might be anything, not exactly 64 bit, not exactly 512 bits, something like that. It could be taken So 2 power n might be anything here, bits of information. It will be taken this much data as input, and based on this input, it could be provided. So 128 bit, otherwise as for SHA, it is 160 bit. So message code here. I mean MAC here. Message authentication code will be generated here. It could be taken any amount of data. Data doesn't matter. Okay. And then here, the recipient is always recipient, as well as the sender and recipient both will be always having one key. That key is called as secret key. That secret key might be transmitted through secure channel. Okay, this must be transmitted through the secure channel. So these are the points, key points we need to concentrate, and these are the points we are going to address in future, probably by next hour, I mean next class and the other class, we will point out all these things here. Okay. Then what are the, where exactly message authentication codes are required? Where exactly these are required? In which places you may be gets operated this one here. First and foremost, so disclosure. Disclosure in the sense, release of message for any kind of person. Normally, message digest is used to generate by one particular party, and including message, and this message digest will be sent to anybody. Something like your what is that, PAN card, something like your insurance. I mean. Bike insurance, something like Aadhaar card, something like your certificates, something. Everything will be disclosed, but that disclosed data will be proper or not. To verify that particular point, already I have given an example. QR code will be generated in all. Nowadays, QR codes are being generated in all certificates. So that QR code will be ensures that the certificate will be belongs to that particular person or not. Okay, something like that. Disclosure of message will be, so sometimes it is considered as an attack, and whether this particular attack will be so properly identified or not. So this is the first message authentication requirement, where exactly in this place, so MAC addresses are required. And second point, traffic analysis. Already we have discussed this one in the first unit itself. So while a hacker is being what exactly wanted to identify the destination or server. So where exactly the data pattern is being transmitted, from which place it is being transmitted, wanted to identify, he's always trying to take the patterns of that particular sender and receiver. Obviously, on observation of these patterns, he may be identify the base station. And if he will be hack the base station, all parties who are communicate through that particular base station will be get suffered. So at that place also, MAC values, MAC authentication codes are required. This is one more point where exactly MAC is required here. And third one, masquerade. Masquerade in the sense, so you feel that you are getting some kind of SMSs from a genuine party, but soon after applying something, you may be identify this message is not from a genuine party. For example, somebody will be send some kind of emails to you that you have approved what is that, personal loan for 3 lakhs and 5 lakhs, something like that will be sent to you, messages and so-called what could I say, emails to you. If you click on the messages or emails, obviously your entire data will be taken care. So okay, entire data will be extracted or drawn from you by that particular hacker. Such kind of operations are called as masquerade. Okay, nowadays people are receiving such kind of messages very frequently. Okay, if you click on that, obviously hacker will be enter into your system, and they will be obviously they will access complete information of your system here, where exactly you are required MAC address. Okay, MAC message authentication code is required, where exactly it is being happening. Then followed by the content modification. If data will be transmitted, soon data will be transmitted from one place to another place. Meanwhile, in the middle, hacker will be receive this data, and he may be modify something, and he may be delete something, or he may be, one moment please. One moment, please. Okay, so he may be include some unnecessary data. He may be delete the data, and he may be so do some kind of other operations, and he may be transfer the data. So if such kind of things will be gets happen, in that case also we required message authentication codes. If message authentication codes will be there at that moment, and the recipient will be identifies whether the data or message which is received by him will be so exact or not. So there exactly we may require this message authentication code. And a sequence modification. For example, data is being transmitted. For example, huge amount of data will be there with me, and this huge amount of data cannot be transmitted through one particular system or one particular transmission media, so that this message will be divided into several number of pieces, and each piece will be given with a sequence number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, there are some binary or hexadecimal values will be there within this particular piece. And this piece will be, so recipient will be received 1, followed by 2, followed by 3, and so on. N will be received, then he may be joined together and can read the complete data in a proper way. So this could be actual operation. But hacker will be receive the data and he will send 1, 6, 5, 2, something like that. The sequence numbers will be gets changed between the two parties. Then obviously data could not be received in a proper way. So where exactly we require message authentication codes. In this particular scenario also, message authentication codes is required here. Then followed by timing modification. So from one particular, already in computer networks we have seen, so if you send one particular packet to the receiver, so after receiving acknowledgement only, you may be send one more packet to that is the receiver here. So already we have taken some kind of sender receiver. So one packet will be sent by the, let me consider this is sender and this is receiver. A packet will be sent, let me say packet A will be sent by him. Then he will be acknowledged that particular A by A plus 1, the acknowledgement plus 1, packet number plus 1, obviously acknowledged. Then second packet will be sent by him. So that is B. So he may be acknowledged this one. So this particular packet B plus 1, something like this, the communication will be gets happen here. Then the time between these two will be always constant. The time that, for example, it could be 2 units of time in the sense for sending and receiving this particular acknowledgement will be taken 2 units of time, and the second packet also be taken 2 units of time, third packet also 2 units of time, fourth packet and so on, everything will be 2 units of time only. If delay will be, this 2 units of time will be gets increased or decreased will be done, obviously sender and receiver will be they could not receive the data in a proper way. So that is why where exactly it could be there, then message authentication codes, MAC codes will be required in this particular situation also. Then source repudiation. Source repudiation in the sense, so if any, let me give one real-time example. As and when any information received from court, people are not supposed to accept that particular post or there. So that post will be immediately rejected by the people. That is called a rejection of taking message will be called as repudiation. That is called as repudiation. People will be lie to the people that you are already actually you have received the data and you are lying to the people that I haven't received. You may be stored somewhere else, and actual if you receive one particular email and that email will be stored somewhere else, and you maybe delete that particular email from your inbox and saying that so it is not received by me. That is called as repudiation. So that repudiation will be, so elimination of that repudiation, you may be required message authentication codes. So right now, if you have any chance, with you, then you have to load one particular add-on to your Gmail, that is tracking, mail tracking. Please load that particular mail tracking, and nobody will what do you call, say no to you, because it will be tracked track either side. So mail has been received, received by so-called recipient. That kind of information will be immediately so displayed to you or immediately stored somewhere else in your mailbox also. So however, such kind of things are there, thereby message authentication codes are required. And destination repudiation also the same. So in these 7 or 8 different types of situations, we need message the authentication codes. MACs are required here. These are the places where exactly message authentication codes are required. So what kind of operations could be done in message authentication codes? What kind of operations? So operations will be, so functions will be hash functioning. Number 1, hash functioning. Number 2, so second point is message encryption. And third one is message authentication codes. Okay. Hash function in the sense, already I told you, it could be taken huge amount of data as input, any length of data as input, and can be produced fixed length hash value, which could be always used by the authenticator, state that yes, it is authenticated data which is being sent. Okay, that the hash function could be always taken into consideration. And the message encryption in the sense how it could be done, I'll show you in the next slides. So your actual message will be there with you. If you observe your what is that your certificate, if you observe your certificate will be having some kind of message will be there, some message will be there, somewhere else some QR code will be developed here, If you change this particular message, QR code could not be changed anymore, and it could be automatically identifies whether this certificate will be belongs to the people or not. Such kind of encryption will be done. So here in message authentication codes. Okay, and message authentication code will be generated by taking these two. By taking these two, so message authentication codes will be gets generated here. Okay, something like that. Now let us check how the things will be. If you take symmetric algorithms, so symmetric algorithms can be seen like this. Okay, symmetric algorithms can be seen in such a fashion here. So a message will be there that could be encrypted by using one particular key, so that ciphertext is being prepared, and the ciphertext will be placed onto the insecure channel, and it could be received by the receiver. He may be operate decryption by taking the same key, then he will get the message back. This is a symmetric algorithm, and transferring of this particular key must be done in secure channel. Okay, it must be transmitted in secure channel. This channel must be secure. Okay, so this is what the symmetric algorithm. Whereas if you take a public key algorithm, so it could also be same, but the keys which are used by you are different. So this party, the B party, will be prepared a public key. So KU will be, and KU and KR will be gets prepared by using some RSA or Diffie-Hellman, whatever it may be. So you can prepare. This is actually R. This is not P. This is R. Will be prepared, and KU will be public key will be transmitted over insecure network, and it will be received by the sender, and sender will be take that public key, and he will operate encryption on his data, and he will send this particular data to the recipient, and recipient will be received, and he will apply his private key, and message will be get back. These two will be gets operated, then that is called as message authentication code. How this could be? Let us see. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. There are two private keys and two public keys which are available with us. One is a private key. Let us consider this is party A and this is party B. Look at this. This is party A and this is party B. And the party A's public key will be there. Public key will be there. And B's public key also be there. U also there. Again, A's private key also there. PR also be there, and B's PR also be there here. And obviously, public key of A will be transmitted and received by B, and public key of B will be transmitted and received by A. What exactly he will be done here in the sense? So he will take his message and he will be encrypted by using public key, private key of him, and he may be prepared some ciphertext here. This ciphertext is again encrypted by using public key of B. So look at this public key of B. So he will be taking, and this message will be prepared by this ciphertext will be prepared, and this will be sent to the receiver. Receiver will be soon received. So he may be private key of B, using private key of B. So it could be decrypted first, and then it could be public key of A will be taken into consideration. Then it will be decrypted one more time. You maybe get the message back here. Okay. So Diffie-Hellman key exchange algorithm can be used efficiently in this particular point here. If you take a Diffie-Hellman key exchange point, whatever the public key and private key you could consider, both will be same. But people could not understand what is being transmitted over insecure network. Okay, that is the point we'd like to identify here. In this way, message authentication codes are being transmitted here. We will go in detail, in depth in coming classes. Tomorrow we will discuss how a message authentication code. This is just an overview. This is just an overview of message authentication code, how the things are being happening. This is just an overview, simple overview. How many times encryption and decryption could be done by message authentication code. This is just an overview. So this overview will be go in detail how. So what is the details of this particular algorithm? What is the details of this algorithm? Let me say this encryption and this encryption. What is the details of this decryption and this decryption? How the things are being checked out in a proper way will be discussed by tomorrow's class onwards. Okay. This is what the points are. Good.